Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Sarah Grandstaff. I'm the president of Igniting Souls, and I'm here with Kary Oberbrunner, CEO and visionary of Igniting Souls. And we want to welcome you all to the broadcast today. I especially want to give a shout out to our team, including Jamie. Happy birthday. We're all really glad you joined us today. And we've got several things that we're going to talk about today, but we really know that there are a lot of people coming to see us today who are in different places in their author and entrepreneurial journey. And we want to assure you that we have something for all of you today. So we're very excited to get started.
Sarah, it is great to be here. And I just want to tell people, listen, if you're here, go ahead and tell us where you're from. I know that a lot of people signed up. A lot of people are going to watch the replay. We're on YouTube. We are on LinkedIn. We are on a bunch of different Facebook channels. So we can't always see people's faces because we're on so many Facebook streams all over the place. But we wanted to welcome people. We see Tony from South Carolina. We see Texas. We see Arizona, Ricky. Awesome. So, Sarah, super excited to be here. And really, there's three categories of people. We have the DIY, the do-it-yourself author. And we love these authors. In fact, this is where we started. This is where I started. We're going to give a shout out to a bunch of these people with pictures. So your picture might be on the screen today. Your book might be on the screen. So make sure you share this live stream with other authors because we're going to basically share some unique new things today. Also, there are the done with you clients. These are the clients that maybe have joined past programs like Author Academy Elite or different things that we've done for the last few years. And then we also have clients that are the do it for you clients. So really all these three categories, we're thrilled that they're here. And we just want to let each know that we love them dearly and we are committed to them. We're also going to be sharing some screens today in terms of slide deck. So I'm going to test this and make sure we can see. Can you see that, Sarah?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm just going to keep this up here. But yes, this is the chat today. But Sarah, why don't you read this and kind of just tell everyone where we're headed today?
Yeah, absolutely. And we really thought about, coming to you all today and really explaining, our journey over the last few months. And, a lot of people talk about how the world has changed, and it definitely has changed for us. And the publishing industry is changing rapidly. So authors and entrepreneurs now really have a choice. You can change with the times or get left behind. Knowledge is power, but application is absolutely wisdom. So join us as we create a new future together. And that's really what we're going to set the stage for today in terms of how do we talk through what opportunities are available depending on where you are in your current journey.
I got to give a shout out to these people because I just love these people. So I get distracted. But Diane Berry from Utah, great
Yeah.
to see you. We have Lily Robinson. Again, love these people all the way from Silicon Valley, watching via LinkedIn. Jeannie Schmidt, oh my gosh, one of my favorite people. Her and her husband Dave, we go way back. I can't keep naming them because more are coming. Jill from the UK. We got all kinds of people. So again, I just love these people. They are all doing great things. In fact, I'm going to see Jill in Paris. We'll mention that in a moment. We have about 3 spots left for Paris. So join us today. Do not forget to stick on because we're going to talk about a Paris opportunity too. But Sarah, we kind of stopped with this big event. This was the last time that we had a big event was essentially October. Okay.
Yeah.
And I love this. We couldn't even pack any more people in the room. This was the Igniting Souls conference, packed, and then we had a whole big online crowd. But I do want to talk about some of the successes that we've had with some authors. And listen, this is what our oldest author ever, Pat Gano. I was able to celebrate Dr. Peter Gano's life back in November when he passed. And Pat wrote a great book. And again, I'm just going to go through these really quick. This is just a quick little down memory lane. I want you to see the variety and diversity of these authors. We have some authors that are just starting out brand new. I love what Brandy has put here together. She became her own illustrator even in the process. She didn't know she had that hidden talent. And we have Shane, who is on the Times Square. So again, love this. In fact, people
I'm
say,
gonna
"What?"
have to tell my kids that you showed this picture today because
Yeah,
Shane and Brandy are two of my kids' favorite authors. So
I
shout
love it.
out
I
to
love
them.
it. Shane's always out there promoting her books, which is so smart, by the way, authors. Like, you have to believe that your book is bigger than you. If you're scared to promote, I'm just going to tell you that that's normal and natural. A lot of us are scared to promote our books because we think it is about us. But once you realize your book is about your bigger message, your readership, then you become fearless because you know that you have to get your book out there. But people say, why are you so passionate about authors? Because I am one. Okay. Like, in other words, this isn't theory, folks. Like, I'm putting out my latest book in January of this year with Mark Thomas, Mark and Shelley Photography. They're amazing. And, it was so fun to launch this book. I'm still launching things, I'm still experimenting. And it was so fun to put this book out and do that launch. But we got to talk about some of these wins here because, again, folks, you got to listen today. If you hear that books are on the decline, wake up and be careful to what you're reading because books are on the rise. As we get more and more digitally distracted, people say, I just want a book. And I don't know about you, but I've downloaded 6 audiobooks in the last 48 hours. Sarah, why? Because I talked to someone who said, you got to read this one, this one, and this one. And I'm like, okay, I do. So I got those. And then I just got some of Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy, their audiobooks. And I'm going to my backlist. Like, I am buying books. People are buying books. Here's one of our authors. We got her a French offer. So that is amazing. I love being a publisher who can call up authors and say, you know what? France wants your book and it's free money. And we got that one. I even had this happen rarely to me recently with Unhackable, believe it or not. So books that have been out for 3 years are getting picked up. This one was Vietnamese. Just yesterday, you know this, we got Turkish for John Gigante with intention. We are passionate about having all of our authors, our Author Academy Elite authors, our Igniting Souls authors. We're going to talk about that today. But getting, John just got in Turkish. This was so cool. His company bought hundreds and hundreds of his book. He was the keynote speaker. He got a standing ovation with intention. Uh, it is a dream to work with people that I once said, maybe someday I'll meet them. Here's Gino Wickman. He hired us to turn his book-based YouTube show into a podcast, eLeap. And here's more people hitting the Wall Street Journal like 2 weeks ago. Um, you know, Beating out James Clear. Here's our author on the what was this? What is this show? CBS Mornings. Sarah, is this crazy or what? I know you and I started working on this.
It's crazy. And, I think the more people we meet, some of you who are listening might not even think you have a book in you, but you just heard him say we turned a podcast into a book. So I think everybody is learning that they do have a book in them. So it's been really fun to just meet people and see their successes and get their messages out into the world.
It is. It is. And again, all the authors I'm showing fit in all 3 categories: the do-it-yourselfer, the done with you, and the done for you. So I'm going to just showcase a few more of these people. Some of you might see yourself, but this was kind of cool, to take a book that had been out for a long time. We're going to talk about that today. Some books have been out for a long time, and Walker reaches out to us and say, hey man, can we really push a relaunch out? And guess what? We beat out Ryan Holiday and, all kinds of people. And boom, there he is in Wall Street. So, we have the ability these days. And again, you're going to see there's Travis from our tribe. And then here's a new person, Gina Taranko, amazing author, all different types of books. You know a little bit about that art history. What's up with that one?
Yeah, absolutely. That is a fantastic book that is going to be launching in June. And it really, Christine, the author, really takes you on a journey of how to look at art differently. And so if you're intimidated by, going and viewing art, we might be at the Louvre soon. It
Yeah.
really gives you a perspective on how to really view it and make it accessible. So we can't wait for that book to launch.
And we asked the team recently, we said, let's just take a little journey and see some of the books that we've published in the last year. And I thought we'd have like 5, 10, 15. And you and I were like, oh my gosh, okay, team, stop. We can't fit them all. But again, I'm just going to showcase these really quick. Lynn is amazing. She's even part of our team, but she just launched some incredible books. We have books that have been, Dr. Padlouse said, hey, I'm coming back to Igniting Souls. I want to launch a podcast. So, folks, some of you listening today might be thinking, can I turn my book into a podcast, or can I turn my podcast into a book? The answer is absolutely. We're going to talk about some of that stuff here in a moment. But we did the Value Creation Kid, Michael Sonic, Tracy, Jim and Jamie Shields are doing 2 this year together. I mean, look at these books. I'm going to talk to Dr. Jeff Gladden in 45 minutes. He's launching his book. He's all about longevity. So this isn't fake. This is 100 is the new 30. And the principles are amazing. Jeff Russell, Fire Yourself First. Again, I don't have time to get into all these, but we did a children's book. Can you give like 30 seconds on how crazy amazing this is, Meredith Newman?
Yes, I absolutely love this book. It's called The Lost Umbrellas of Lexington, and it's just a fantastic book set in New York City. You really get that New York vibe, but it's a beautiful book illustrated by Carly Beck, and it has gone out into the world, and my children love it. It's just absolutely, the story's beautiful, the illustrations are beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a gift for a child in your life, definitely check this one out.
And that's what I love about the Igniting Souls team. We are putting out all kinds of genres. This book is part of the Carlisle Hotel in New York, a whole story we don't have time to get into. Chris Borja, life tribe member here, Dr. Eric Francom, amazing books. But again, you see more and more and more. We were able to partner with Rachel Peterson, get her USA Today bestseller. Sonia hit Wall Street Journal, Alice as well. And then we're hitting other people like Katrina Ubell with a podcast that has had millions of downloads. Again, all types of clients. That's what I'm trying to show in just this little segment, folks, is like we are committed to help the person who's trying to bootstrap it. And then we have other products and services that are for the author who says, look, I need to create a 6 or 7 or even Justin Donald, an 8-figure business. I know that's like mind blowing for a lot of us, but like we can do it all. And Jeremy Kubicek, just had dinner with him 2 weeks ago. He's amazing. He started the Catalyst Conference, giant. Daniel White, big friend of Strategic Coach. Again, all these incredible authors, and it just doesn't stop. Some of these are going to release soon. I love that during school hours, it's a whole ministry called LifeWise Academy. You need to check it out. But they do biblical training in public schools with permission. It's amazing. And again, more and more books. Tim Elmore, how cool is that to partner with the John Maxwell team for his launch? And then David Bach, huge New York Times bestselling author, comes to us to get his book done for audio. Alex Taranco, Dave Walka. I mean, you just go on and on. And I don't even have time to talk about them all. But let's talk about quick Valerie. Valerie's a great example. Why are we talking about Valerie?
Well, we're talking about Valerie because she has really had quite the author journey.
Yes.
And, she really started off, just like the word you said, bootstrapping it and figuring it out on her own. And
Yes.
we were able to partner with her and help her. And now she's just, exploded. And now, she's able to turn over some of the responsibility to us because she's just too big to do it anymore. So it's
Yeah,
amazing to
she
watch
started
her.
with Author Academy Elite and then has recently said, you know what, I want to come in under Igniting Souls. And we'll talk about that today. And some of you may ask questions and say, what about all this, the future? But that's why we're here today. Let's show a video because she shares this video and it was amazing to hear her with tears this last week. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, here we are. We'll see if this works. Okay. It's 55 seconds long. Watch this, folks. And again, one of our long-term authors who started with Author Academy Elite, and now has moved it into one of our done for you clients. But let's listen.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. I am sitting outside of church this morning, and I just found out, this is good news, don't worry, that the Fairmounts made the short list for the Hawthorne Prize awards. And I'm super excited because Nathaniel Hawthorne is one of my very favorite writers. And the reason why it's so meaningful to me is because a bunch of people, when I started writing the Fairmounts, told me that it wasn't the right structure, it wasn't the right story. They wanted to change a whole bunch of things, and I kind of refused to change any of it. And so to my dear friend Jamie, who read, about, I don't know, 5, 6 drafts, because I hate editing. Thank you. We did it. Have a great day.
How cool is it, Sarah?
It's so cool. I'm tearing up too, because this is another one of my, one of the perks of working here is I get exposed to so many great books, and I love that book she's talking about. I have read it and listened to the audio. So, I mean, we just have such fantastic clients that we've been able to work with.
It's true. And I love how she stuck to her guns. She knew this book was supposed to go big places. And again, started out as an Author Academy Elite author, and then has now moved even into our, private client as well. So again, we've not given up on any author. We are so here and so for them. So we're going to share a couple other slides really quick here, and then talk about the new future, which is pretty exciting. So, okay, you ready for this, Sarah? You tell me I'm the visionary, so I'll let you set this up.
Yeah, I mean, this really kind of blows my mind. I've seen it several times, and it still is just shocking how much our economy has changed, and in what a short period of time.
So, folks, what I want you to realize that is, if you're an author, you got to hear this. If you're an author, you are literally creating intellectual property, even fiction. So why is J.K. Rowling able to continue to increase her influence, impact, and income? Because she created intellectual property. And unless you understand this, you're never going to be able to really be an author who has wealth. Okay, so let me say that again. If you do not understand that as an author, you are creating intellectual property, you will not understand or be able to experience wealth. Why? Because you don't value your work. Now, when you create intellectual property in the world, we are basically saying, guess what? According to the S&P 500, this is the 500 most valuable brands on the planet. And in 1975, the blue represents what's called intellectual property, intangible assets. In other words, this huge gray portion back in 1975, when I wasn't even born yet, almost I was born, almost you were born, sir. But the gray represents land, it represents buildings, it represents cash. In other words, it represents all the hard assets. What happened though, the last bunch of years, the last 47 years, what happened? We became digital. So we went from physical to digital, and you can fight it and you can resist it. And all I want to say is, yeah, okay, then don't go online and don't use your phone. And suddenly you're like, oh, okay, I do everything with my phone. I do banking, digital banking, right? I do everything with my phone. The point is this: you can fight technology, or you can say, you know what, it simply is. It isn't good or bad. It is. It can be good or bad how you use it. The point is this: the blue represents today, 90% of the S&P 500 is not physical assets. It's intellectual property. Again, I'm speaking to the person right now who says, well, I just have a book. Well, I just have a fiction series. You have intellectual property. And the question is, are you going to publish it? Are you going to protect it? And are you going to promote it? That's the big shift that's happened with Igniting Souls over the last few years. We saw this trend happen. we started to get on top of it, and we started to say, how can we help the author, the DIY author, the done with you and the done for you? How can we help this author protect the most valuable asset they have, which is their intellectual property? So this is the first time I think I've ever publicly shared this slide, but it represents where Igniting Souls has been going the last few years, that we are publishing intellectual property, we are protecting intellectual property, and we are promoting intellectual property and turning it into 18 streams of income. So if you go on my LinkedIn, Sarah, you're going to see we publish, protect, and promote your intellectual property and turn it into 18 streams of income. You know that we shifted with this because we realized where the world was going. And you know the types of authors that we are attracting. You know who I was on the phone with 25 minutes ago. It's crazy. Don't you agree?
It's crazy. Absolutely. I mean, people are very interested in how do you efficiently protect your IP and protect your ideas. And some of you, like Kary said, might be out there thinking, oh, this isn't for me. I'm not ready for this. I just want to get my book out into the world. And the good news is we've already figured all this out for you. So that is the best place to start, is to work with your idea and work with the book you have or are writing, and follow this system.
Jill Bentham says that she applied for a trademark for her next book in the office, says that the demand is going through the roof. Sarah, you know that I have on my team the world's fastest growing intellectual property law firm in the world, Caldwell IP. Keegan and Katie are both personal friends. I've met them through Strategic Coach. I'm so glad they connected us. But Katie is saying that IP used to matter on what day you protected it, and today it's becoming what second you protected it. And you know that Igniting Souls has developed a patent pending technology. And I have to share this because I don't think people realize, like, okay, this took a lot to do this. I'm not even kidding. This took hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop this technology, and it took a lot of personal sacrifice. Easy IP is cutting edge. And here's what I want to say. It's cutting edge because it's basically saying that you can get, instead of getting a patent, which takes 1 to 3 years, and it has an 88% rejection rate the first time they file your patent, which means you need to pay more then, and it takes 1 to 3 years. Easy IP, $100, 24 hours, and it's a pre-patent. In fact, we own that word, pre-patent. But Sarah, you know that I testified before a Congress-commissioned USPTO panel, the United States Patent Trademark Office. People can watch it. If they go to easyip.today, they can literally watch the 8-minute testimony that I gave. And sure enough, the USPTO realized, you know what? There's disruption happening. So they invited really smart people like Harvard to this thing. But guess what, Sarah? They allowed me to speak on this topic, because even the USPTO realizes that the industry is shifting. Now, we don't have time to get into all this today, but all I'm saying is that you will not find any publishing house that's focused on IP and that's focused on protecting IP. That's what we want to bring to the table. That's what we are bringing to the table. And again, I wish I could share the authors that we just signed in the last week. Dream authors that I've been waiting 5 years. Okay. And we'll be able to leak this out probably over the next few months. But it is people that I'd said, man, someday I wish I can meet them. And again, 25 minutes ago, now 28 minutes ago, I would just got off a live one-on-one Zoom with them, because these people are coming and saying, look, we want this. So super excited. Let's go back to the slide deck here while I find that slide deck. Sarah, you're seeing some of the comments, but what do you think, first of all, that Igniting Soul has kind of taken this unique angle in the publishing world that nobody else is doing?
Yeah, nobody else is doing. And I think what I love about it, and what I really want everybody to understand, is that we are really as a company, combining that human touch, that very personal, we want your message to be out into the world in the best representation it possibly can be, and partnering that with cutting edge technology, right? So there's a lot of talk about AI and all the content that's coming out that, may not be of the quality that people want to consume. And I just am really proud to be part of such an amazing team that's working to ensure that we have quality and that human element and are really sharing important stories and messages, but we're aligning that with the latest possible technology. So it's a really exciting time to be in the publishing world. I know a lot of people are scared of all of the change, but it's very exciting to see everything that's going on, and how our current clients are really embracing all of that.
Yeah, we want to be your trusted guide. We really view you all as the hero in this story. It's your message that needs to get out. It's your message that needs to be protected. You're the ones who are going to impact and ignite souls. We're simply the guide that's helping you. So who's ready for free? Type in the word free if you are ready to get something. We're actually going to give 2 things away free that are massively going to help people. So let's see some love out here. By the way, this amazing person says, how can I share this to a client of mine? Can't see to tag her. So this replay will live on for just about 48 hours or so, to my knowledge. The team can tell me otherwise, but you'll have an ability to tag your author friends, share this as well. They can get in on the free stuff as well. Tim wants free. Lori's amazing. She's part of our team, Travis. I love our team here. Okay. So let's share what everyone's getting. Okay. So here's how we answer that. We answer IP publication through what's called Ethos Collective. It's our imprint that is the done for you. Okay. And listen, we know that we can help a lot of people better when it's the done for you. And if you say, oh my gosh, does that mean your rates are just astronomical, unbelievable? Doesn't have to be. In other words, we have entry-level publishing that is amazing, but it's everything you need. And if you choose that, it's what's called the ethos level. Okay. And then we have IP protection, which is easy IP. And then we have IP promotion, which is really our model, our 18 streams of income, which again, people have been blown away with. I've done so many podcasts where they're like, how in the world can you turn a book into 18 streams of income? Well, pay attention, because here's the free thing coming. Okay. So publishing with Igniting Souls. Sarah, I think you might have heard about this. This was before you became the president at Igniting Souls. But do you remember hearing about this?
I do. And, we even have heard some success stories out of this, which is how I found out about it. So I'm excited to hear more.
A lot of people came to us through this, and we had past team members that, did a lot of work on this as well. But this thing grew to 50,000 people. 50,000 people did the 6-figure 5-day author challenge. And we've heard for years, hey, can you resurrect that thing? Can you show us the goods again? Can you teach us how to do that again? And Sarah, we've been busy. Like, we've been really focused on a lot of clients. We haven't had the bandwidth and the time to even consider running this thing again until recently, where we said, okay, before the summer hits, we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to run this 5-day challenge. It's absolutely free. And so literally, I want Tanisha to drop in the link. So folks, we are truly resurrecting the 50. Now there's, in this Facebook group, there's 46,000 authors. 46,000 authors. So over the last, I think it's been 3 years since we've run this thing. That means 4,000 people went away somewhere, and we wish them well. But the other 46,000 are in this private Facebook group, and we are starting this thing. So anyway, jump in, and here for the first time ever, you can quick get in ignitingsouls.com/challenge. Will it fill up beyond capacity? Maybe. We might need to shut down the registration page. But anyone who's an author, anyone who knows an author, anyone who says, look, I have an author friend, I know an author, I've been an author, my mom's an author, my sister's an author, whoever, get them in this, because it's starting May 22nd. May 22nd is when we go live. But now you can get into that group, get some bonus things going. So Sarah, that's pretty cool. And then some people say, look, I can't even wait. I can't even wait for the challenge, May 22nd. Some people literally have said, I want to start today. Maybe they woke up and they said in their prayer time, like, I need to write a book. We are actually giving people right now a first ever front of the line. This is what we call the Write Your Book Bundle. So we just gave you the free challenge. Now we're saying that's awesome. Register for that. And some of you need to get started right away. And so we have basically 15 slots open for, you get Write Your Book with Kary Oberbrunner, brand new masterclass, 70 strategic, bite-sized, intelligent, action-oriented videos with a guidebook that will help you write your book the right way. Then Tony Colson, who's here today, who's one of our amazing people, is saying, look, I will coach 15 people. And we have those dates on that page. So Tanisha, go ahead and drop that link. You're doing it. Thank you so much. Make sure you put a / folks on the end of this website. ignitingsouls.com/WYBC. It stands for Write Your Book Cohort. So if you get Write Your Book, and if you get the coaching cohort, then we gift you the $497 Think Outside the Book Masterclass, which is amazing. Sarah, it's literally taken me 20 years to create that thing, the best of. And that's what's called Write Your Book Bundle. So maybe 30 seconds, Sarah, on who you think this is right for and why we're offering it now.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is one where I think I'll tell a little secret to the audience. Like, I was blown away that we, even as the president of the company, that we were offering this for the amazing price that we are. And so I honestly don't know that we'll ever be able to do that again. It's such a great product in terms of getting your idea. I know a lot of you, I see you in the comments, have said you have that idea and you just have not taken the time to get it down on paper. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to go step by step, right? You may not have had time to commit to a really long program in the past, but this is a much shorter timeline to really get all of your ideas down. And then the coaching is just unbelievable. Thank you, Tony, for being so generous with your time to help the amazing people who are going to take advantage of this. I'm just really impressed with how the team has, rallied to put all of this together. A lot of people have said, we have these do-it-yourselfers still out there and they need a home and they need to get their book out into the world, and we want to do something. And so we really took the time. We really heard that. And I really can't imagine that you would find something else out there of this value with our amazing coach, Tony. So I'm just really proud of this product.
It's amazing. So folks, I think that, listen, we got 15 spots, and if people want to jump in, now's your chance. They'll hear about it when the 5-day challenge is over, but we know some people are fast action people and they wanted to just jump in right away. All right, we got something else here, the Protect thing. I don't have time to get into EasyIP today, but let's just name a few of the businesses that have hired us. I think you have some of these. I think I got it too, but I want to name some of these amazing people. So this is Boomer. Boomer is amazing. Boomer.com. CPA people, they've hired us to basically protect their intellectual property. They have hundreds of IP, and they know that maybe someday one or two of these may become a patent. But for now, they really want to secure these as pre-patents. And we have Justin Donald, we have Tom Wheelwright of Wealthability, Dave Walcott, Aaron Markham, Tyson Ray, Sonny. I mean, there's a whole list of people who've said, you know what, I got IP and I got to protect this. And we protect it fast. We protect it with blockchain technology. We create smart contracts around it. And so forever and ever and ever, you have the immutable, unchanging IP that's timestamped, and you can prove that you were the first to market on this idea and concept. And so rather than jumping in to the deep end of the pond with a huge patent, a lot of work, a lot of friction, a lot of time, which again is right for some people, but for the vast majority, they have way too much IP and they can just jump in and protect this as a pre-patent for a very low fee, and it's fast. And then guess what, sir? I even have one right here on my Blockchain Life book. You know, we're putting this now on every single book that we put out, powered by Easy IP. You scan that, it goes right to your blockchain portfolio that protects you. By the way, Deborah's already like, hey, listen, I'm in.
Yeah.
So again, one of those spots is already gone now. And but folks, again, if you can drop that one more time, there it is.
Absolutely.
Jump in and get it. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, I think some of this IP, I know we hear this all the time. It might be going over the head of some of our audience. And so some of you might be like, I absolutely need this, and reach out and we will work with you. But others of you might be a little more tentative, like, hey, I hear what they're saying, but I don't really want to go there. The good news is that we just take care of it for the people who publish with us.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we are the who. As Dan Sullivan says, who, not how. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. Find the right who, and we do it for you. So Tracy, oh my gosh, Tracy, one of our favorite authors, we just launched her. She just scanned the code on her new book, and there it is, Blockchain Verified IP. Exactly. She is helping women specifically who need to find the money. I love her book. Is it Find Me the Money instead of Show Me the Money? I think it's Find Me the Money. Go ahead, put your link in there, Tracy. We want to promote you. But again, she's got a great concept. She's a content creator, and because she published with us, boom, no additional charge. We basically protect that for her. All right, let's jump in. I know I get excited and we're almost out of time here, but Easy IP, there you go. And that's easyip.today. Now let's talk about promote. How do we promote other people's intellectual property? Sarah, this is cool. We've never done this. I've never seen anybody in the publishing world ever do a teaching on this. You know that we are about to launch Jim and Jamie Shields' Family Board Meeting, 3rd edition. And there's a whole strategy why I relaunched these 3 books. I'm so glad I did. They were all traditionally published. And when they came out, I just knew that there were things about the first launch that didn't go the way I wanted. And so I actually got the rights back to these books, relaunched them, and turned each one of these separate books into a 6-figure business. Again, join that 5-day challenge and learn how we did it. But Sarah, you and I on May 18th, what is that, 2 days from now?
2 days.
2 days from now, we're going to do a private Zoom teaching where this is like private Zoom where people can literally be on with us and say, hey, I got a question. Now, they can't do that the whole training because we got to give the value, but we are literally offering people. And so I want somebody to put in the link. I think it's, oh, here it is. Tanisha's good. So this is for all the authors in the world who said, I wished I had a do-over.
Yes.
Sarah, we hear this a lot. We hear people that say, oh my gosh, my cover was wrong. Or let's even face this. Let's say your launch was supposed to happen and then the Ukraine war happened. Like, I'm sorry, but your book is going to get lost in the news. And we've seen this happen. And so this is what this training is about. We're going to share 5 tools that will help you relaunch your book the right way. Are you excited about this, sir?
I'm very excited about this. And, we've learned these tips and tricks really over the last couple months, and we've really been excited to be able to share them. But to be honest, we just haven't had the bandwidth to do it. And
Right.
so I just am, again, want to give a shout out, to you and to the team for, saying how important our community is and that we were going to make time because, again, your books need to be out there and they need to be seen and they need to be launched, and you need to leverage all the platforms that you're on. So come hang out with us on the 18th.
Yeah. And we're hearing that make sure when you use the website links, put the / on it. Just who knows? So just do that. But I will tell you this, Sarah, that we put on the calendar January this event, and then we kicked it back to February, then we kicked it back to March, then we kicked it back to April, then we kicked it back to May, simply because we just kept having more clients come and we didn't have the time. And finally, I'm like, okay, we got to do this before summer comes. So it is a lot of announcements, but again, this is a free training, May 18th, 1 p.m., private Zoom, and we will probably broadcast it out to Facebook. But if you sign up, you get the private room where you can ask questions as well. All right, let's go next. Oh, by the way, again, we know that some of the crowd here is like, I do not want to wait, and they want the Relaunch Bundle. So again, folks, we give free, and then we say, if you want more, like you want us to actually do it with you, then great. Of course there's a fee. Why? Because we have amazing people and I'm paying them to do it. All right. So I would just tell this, if you're not willing to invest in your book-based business, why should other people invest in you? I had to face that. I had to look in the mirror a long time ago when I was a published author in 2004 was the first book that I published. And I realized, am I going to just write for a hobby, or am I going to write and turn this thing into a big time thing? And I had to start investing in myself. So for those people who say, look, I want Igniting Souls book marketing package. I want Igniting Souls to literally launch my book at a live stream party, just like they do for all the big time authors. And then guess what? We do throw in that think outside the book bonus, but this is called the Relaunch Bundle. So again, we gave you the free that says, hey, we're going to train you on 5 tools. And then if you want us to do it with you, great. Get first in line so that we can put you in the queue. We got a list of clients that we're launching. Kim White this week, Ivy Walker. We have a bunch of authors that we're even launching before Memorial Day. So this is the way that you get in line quick. All right. Last couple things here as we close today. I am going to Paris. And so Paris is a awesome event, ignitingsouls.com/Paris. We have 3 more spots. Jill's going to be there. Nicole and Rob Plaster are going to be there. We have an AI specialist who's going to be there, Evan. We have Carly. We have Sophie. We have a bunch of people. We have Kathleen. Got a bunch of people that signed up, but really excited about this. You're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Is there a replay? Yes, we are given a replay. Thanks so much. That's a great name, by the way. Is it Barnsley? I love that. I've never heard that name before. But Sarah, why are you excited? Why should people come to Paris? It's a whole day based upon book brand business. Why would people come?
Absolutely. I mean, one, it's in an amazing city, and we found this fantastic location that is the oldest cafe in Paris, where you're going to actually be able to work on whatever your new project is or relaunching your current project
Yes.
in Paris, and get to have wonderful fellowship and really take your idea and your brand to the next level.
I guess she's going to be there. That is amazing. So Barnsley's going to be there, and she says that there's something good to eat there. I'm going to eat that. Trust me.
Yes.
Are you having a conference again this year? Great question. We'll answer a few questions here in a moment, but the answer is we're not having the Igniting Souls conference again. Why? Because it is a ton of work, and we're not opposed to work, but we believe that as we evaluate everything. You know, we did this conference, I think 14 years, something like that. And the reason why we said it was our last conference is because we believe that our mission is to get more books out into the world. And we knew that our team only has a limited amount of units of time. And we looked at all the people who came that were amazing. And we said, you know, do we keep running the conference? It's going to require this many units, or do we put those units to books? And we really believe that we can help more authors this way. So it's a bummer, but Paris is what you come to if you're interested in that. I have a big announcement too in just a minute, so hang with us. It does talk about some things here, but I did want to talk about Maureen Sharphouse. I saw her on just a minute ago. Maybe she's here. Big shout out to her. She is our first Unhackable Soul author. Unhackable Publishing is a imprint that we have, and a few people jumped in. Her book is amazing. It talks about overcoming chronic illness, which she has, and it's helped so many people. And then Michelle Weidenbrenner, I'll talk about her in a moment. Quick shout out to Kelly, who even turned a book about obstacle courses into a really cool book. Did she launch it, or is she about to?
She launched it, and it looks like she wants to go to Paris. So Kelly, I will find you a link.
Oh my gosh. She's going to, okay, so now there's only 2 spots left. I went to sign up and it says it's full. We got to get, I know there's 3 spots left. So really, does it say it's full? Somebody else verify that. I really apologize, because unless 3 people just took them, but we can probably make room here. Relaunch page form is not accepting new submissions. So I don't know what that means, but Travis, Tanisha, help Travis Leonard check things out. Okay. Again, thanks for understanding with tech. We will help you out. Estelle says the relaunch masterclass isn't working. Folks, bookmark these pages. Okay. Bookmark these pages, and we will get you access to them. So we thought we tested them all. Maybe there's just a rush on the pages. So who knows? We'll get that. Okay. Next. Anyway, Michelle Weidenbrenner. Love her to death. She just launched a TEDx talk. I'm just going to share a few big ideas that are coming. Okay. We've partnered with an amazing TEDx coach who's basically saying, I will help your authors get TEDx talks guaranteed. He's got a whole system that's proven. That's a strategy. So I know Estelle's one of our authors who helped, or who got a TEDx talk. So big shout out to Estelle. Let me show her picture here. But hers was watched by, correct me if I'm wrong, Estelle, was it millions? Hers was big time. So Estelle, drop in your TEDx talk. Super proud of you. Okay. But she did one about financing, and it was just amazing. Anyway, 2.3 million. 2.3 million million views. That's pretty big time. Anyway, we are basically, a relaunch page is working. Thank you. Travis is good. He's on it. So anyway, TEDx talks and authors, that's going to happen in the near future. Be listening for that announcement. We have another big thing. Got to give a shout out to this guy, Bill Montgomery, the CEO of 104.9 The River, a radio station that is big time. Anyway, we just are solidifying a partnership where we are basically training authors on how to do and get on radio. So Bill gets all the time asked, hey, can I be on the radio? Hey, can I be on the radio? I'm an author. Can I get on the radio? And Bill, unfortunately, has to turn people down a lot of times because they aren't positioning themselves correctly. So Bill and I, here's us back in January, and we kind of just met and said, hey, could we do something for authors? So we are creating for authors a very special training on how to get on radio for free with your book. And so that's coming in the near future. And then Sarah, let's end with this. You want to set this up? I know this sounds like, where is he going with this? But it all fits.
Yes. Well, you've created such an amazing community here, and it's awesome to see you as the visionary of Igniting Souls and get to work with you. But I really know that you feel a calling to, help others in the world really start their entrepreneurship journey from the beginning. And you were offered this amazing opportunity. And I just really am excited that you get to share it with everybody here.
Yeah, for those that don't know, 18 years ago, here's my rejection letter. So by the way, folks, if you've ever been rejected, I'm with you, okay? I've been rejected so many times. We're talking screenwriting. We're talking movie ideas, books. I've been rejected a lot, but I don't stop. And that's really the key about being a soul on fire is you don't agree with people's unbelief. When people say, you're full of junk, I don't believe you, you can't do this, you say, well, you know what? Thanks so much. And you move forward. But anyway, I was rejected by a university 18 years ago when I applied to be a Bible professor because I felt called to the academy someday. And you know what? I forgot about it, Sarah. I honestly forgot about it, where I said, great, I'll just be an entrepreneur. I became an entrepreneur. And then, December 5th, this last year, I am at a Christmas party. And this guy named Travis Smith, this awesome guy, says, what do you do? And I tell him about blockchain life. And he's like, we need you at Cedarville. I'm on the advisory board. You got to teach a class. Anyway, I said, okay, you know what? I'll pray about it, think about it. Over the holiday, I wrote a quick digital marketing course because I love digital marketing and entrepreneurship. And they said, you know what? Let's have you teach adjunct. I taught that class, Sarah. And I'll tell you what, I taught it and I really got close to these young people. And by the way, this is where my son is going to college. Okay. And anyway, long story short, they said, we've been praying about somebody for 2 years to take over the Berry Chair of Entrepreneurship at Cedarville University, where they are going to teach and they're going to just push entrepreneurship and help the young people. And Sarah, I'll tell you what, I went through so much prayer, chatting. I talked to my truth tellers. I talked to my mentors. I looked at Igniting Souls. I looked at my bandwidth. But because I hired you back in October, thank you for saying yes. And you've taken the business at such incredible lengths. We basically looked and said, okay, if I did this at Cedarville with my time and energy and investment, and this at Igniting Souls, could it work? And I went to them and said, look, this is what I want to be. I want to still run my businesses. And they said, please run your businesses. They said, that's what makes you credible, is to actually be an entrepreneur if you're going to teach entrepreneurship. And so sure enough, we are not making a big announcement yet, but basically, Sarah, I'm going to start July 1 and be the university professor of entrepreneurship. And we've already hired this person, Anna. We've already hired someone named Ruthie. Like, it's fitting so good that we are actually training up, editors and ghostwriters, and we have a whole team. And yeah, we have our seasoned people, but we have some new students as well. And it's just amazing. I'm so excited for our future together.
Absolutely. No, congratulations. You have so many amazing comments in the chat. And I really think it's just going to be so exciting to get to watch you continue to, talk to students and really set them up for success in the world. So congratulations again. And thank you for sharing that with everybody here today.
Well, it's really our Igniting Souls team that allows me to even do this. So just to recap, everybody, basically I'm hopping on with my next author client in 3 minutes, so we got to roll. But the point is this: join the six-figure author free 5-day challenge. Join the Relaunch Your Book the right way, literally in 48 hours. Sign up. I'm hearing the links are working. And then Sarah, if anybody is here today and says, you know what, I'm done with my book, I have a book, can Igniting Souls just publish it? we do have ignitingSouls.com/apply. And, we have limited bandwidth of who we can work with, but we'd love to see their application. There's a free author assessment right there. So Sarah, as we close today, I just want to say thank you to you, because again, I've always dreamed of having the integrator person who would kind of like be the perfect fit. And I really think that you and I together leading Igniting Souls has been amazing. We talk every day and it's a ton of fun. I'm having more fun than ever, and my family's loving it. I'm stress-free these days. So thank you for all that you've been doing.
Well, thank you. It's just such an honor to be here. And I can't wait to see all the amazing books and projects that are going to come out of this live stream today. So I am very energized. We're going to have an amazing summer. So thank you to everyone for joining us today.
All right, everybody, be a soul on fire. Hope to see you in the 5-day challenge and the Relaunch Your Book Masterclass. And if you want to rush ahead and get those bundles, make sure you get them. All right. Take care. We'll see you.